I have a secret for you. Hey, Uriel came here from myfitteryou.com. Today I'd like to share a quick little secret with you about something I learned when I was in grade 8 that's going to help you get a flat stomach. Now, it's not going to help you remove belly fat on top of the muscles in your abdomen, but it's going to help you shrink your waist and get things toned up in there. I'll give you a little quick story. It came about because I had a girlfriend at the time who left me because somebody else had better abs. She went with that guy. So obviously it's a pretty stupid reason to break up with someone. And it's also at the, when you're 14, so you kind of let these things get to your head. So it kind of spurred me on to finding a way to getting a much more toned midsection. And I later found out that it was actually one of the principles of really core stabilization. So I'm going to share that with you today, and you can follow along and try that on yourself. So basically what it's called is called abdominal bracing. You may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it. Basically, here's what it is. So I'm going to give you a little analogy or a little scenario of what most people do on a daily basis. So you look at the stomach, right? Most people let it hang out, right? Boom. When you do that, what happens is, everything that's in your intestines, your stomach, all that stuff kind of weighs down, and there's no tonicity, there's no tone in your muscles. And this is something I learned when I was in grade 8, just because I'm thinking, okay, well, if I had this as my normal stomach, what can I do to firm it up? So what I started doing was just walking around by bracing my abdominals. And an abdominal brace is pretty much a two-part equation. So the first part is from here, all you do is this, draw your abdominals in. So you draw your belly button in, and what that does is it activates a muscle called the transverse abdominis. And the transverse abdominis is like a waist belt, a natural waist belt you actually have inside your core. And when it develops more tone and strength, it actually reduces the size of your waist. Right? So all you have to do, and all I did, was I walked around tucking in my belly button. So instead of this, I was right there. Okay? So that's the first step. The first step is to tuck in your belly button as if you're putting on a tight pair of pants. The second step is you want to lightly contract your abdominals. And what that does is it activates the, I'm going to pull my shirt up a bit here, it activates the external and internal obliques, right, through the sides here. So when you draw your belly button in, lightly contract your abdominals. We're not talking about like a full-out contraction, but just a light contraction. And what that does, it does a number of things. First of all, it basically is an isometric way of training your abdominals. So it helps your abdominals get better tone, endurance, and strength if you do it on a daily basis. And over time, it's a very conscious process at first. You have to be aware of it, but over time it becomes subconscious and or an unconscious process, and your body just just develops natural tonicity and better tone in that area. So that's the first step. So basically, what you're doing is you're tucking it in, bracing the abs, it draws the midsection gets tighter. But the other thing that's almost more important than that is it actually provides better spinal stability. So if you're moving around, lifting objects, working out, you have to abdominal brace at all times, especially if you're lifting weights. Because if you bend over, right, and this is not obviously proper bending, but when you bend over and lift something up, to brace your core, right, brace your abdominals, what that does is it supports your spine. Exercises like squatting, for instance, right? One of the first things we talk about in doing a squat is bracing your core, bracing your abdominals so you support your lower back through that movement. Let's get back to the original question. So getting a flat stomach just by doing this abdominal brace, right? So I'll give you a better shot here. So again, from here, tuck it in and contract lightly. Two-step process. Do that on a daily basis and give yourself a couple weeks and you're going to notice a big difference in how things kind of tighten up in this area, your posture, and if you have any low back pain, it'll probably help that as well. So that's abdominal bracing. It's a little known secret to help you get a flat stomach. Give it a shot, and your waist is going to go from this to that. I'm Uriel King, and be sure to get all these lessons for free. We're giving 20 total lessons on this abs course, how to lose belly fat and get the six-pack abs. The website is right here. It's myfitteryou.com/abs. So if you want abs like these or better, then be sure to get there and get all these great lessons absolutely free. So I will see you in the next lesson.